Very, very warm good evening. Sorry for the 10-minute delay in the start of our Indian football discussion this Monday evening. It's August the 26th. Sorry, I had some technical issues in the background, had to sort of recreate the one and the other thing. And therefore, it became a bit of a problem. And therefore, I'm very, very sorry about that. And that's the reason why things got off to not the perfect start. I'm actually had to recreate this link so that we can do this live tonight, and hope everybody's doing fine, and wherever you are had a good start to the week, and therefore let's discuss the latest in Indian football and whatever is happening or not happening, and speak about things, and take it then, so to say, in the direction of conversation. And to start off with, hi Sanskar, welcome back. I am doing fine at the start of the week. Hope you're doing well as well. Mohammedan, are you surprised to defeat to Bangladesh or not at all? It is coming the way we played for past 2 years. To me, if you ask me, it's something which I wouldn't have liked, which I wouldn't have thought was possible, but we've been moving in this direction for quite some time, quite a while, and am I in the end surprised? If you ask me in that way, most probably not. So so to me, it's very disturbing to see that when I see for us to lose the way we did to Bangladesh, to play the way we did this tournament, then I just ask for one thing, and that's accountability. And to me, it is something which is not there. That's the biggest concern, in my opinion, that we don't have any sort of it's disturbing to see, and I hope things go in the right direction. And but again, it's very, very disturbing, to say the least. Hi Manolo, welcome back. Shambolic, lowest point in history. Manolo, we've had a lot of low points. If this was the lowest point of all in our history, most probably not. I would rather say I'm not surprised. But then in the second half, one has to say, when the goalkeeper for Bangladesh was exceptional, then that goalkeeper gets injured, has to go off. The second goalkeeper comes in, has a few problems here and there, did have our chances, and then that guy turns out to be hero in the pen. Asif turns out to be the hero in the penalty shootout. I don't know. What's your view on Northeast United winning the semi-final, going to the final? Sanskar, I think Northeast United have, sort of brought back the respectability in regard to the Indian Super League over an ISL team winning. So therefore, that's very, very important to me that they did. So therefore, that's the thing. So yeah, clean 3-0 in the end. So yeah, let's wait and see. It could be the chance for first ever title wear for Northeast United. So therefore, I'm interested to see how they do. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see. Now it's confirmed will not qualify for AFC. Manolo, that was, in my opinion, unlikely anyway beforehand. So therefore I wouldn't be surprised. But if it's a tough one, as I said, it's a tough one today. It's a very tough one, in my opinion, because we just couldn't get going in a game that we somehow should have controlled, dominated. Yeah, people want to leave SAF and want to go somewhere else. I mean, why should CAFA ASEAN even entertain us thinking about that? And secondly, it's not possible. So that's the other point, right? People just want to, oh, you know what? It's not, we'll go here, we'll go there. We're not even the biggest team in SAF anymore. If you look at youth level, our boys and girls have lost a number of trophies over the last 2-3 years to rivals in South Asia. Reality. The boys did win the last 3 under 20s, but we've lost a few under 17s here and there. So these are realities which exist. What's that having issue with the streams? Hansi, I hope you don't have any more. To me, everything looks fine. Hi, Ranjan. I was right when I said you said you will lose. Yeah, sadly, Manolo. Thoughts on my coaching style and technique? Ranjan, from what I've been hearing, there's been some discontent amongst the squad, the players. They're not happy. Old school training, old school interaction with the players. Maybe that works in the Calcutta Football League. Maybe it would work if you're a number 2 and working under more experienced coaches. And it's a problem. And the question has to be raised how you were in the position to be now the India under 20 coach. How did this whole, come about? And that's my concern at the end of the day, right? That's my concern at the end of the day is like, if I see, again, this under 20 team surely is not the best. That's the first assumption that I make here. But on the other side, we're not as bad as we played this tournament. That's also reality. So somewhere in between. Why Kerala Blasters lose versus BFC? I was not there. Please tell reason. Sanskar, because BFC scored a goal. Very simple. Pereira Diaz was there when it was needed. Late goal, 95th minute, and they won. AIFF after today's game, dominance on the pitch, unlucky in the shooter. Which match they watched? Yeah, I don't know. That would have to be asked to the media team of the AIFF. Bunker Shrachi deal collapsed. Yeah, that's one of the breaking news out of Kolkata. For us, Mohammedan Sporting, will they now play ISL or not? We are, it's in a similar situation to me, like it has been. Was it East Bengal Sri Cement at the time? The issues of term sheet. In the end, they played 2 seasons, and then they had to part ways. And in this case, Bunker Hill, you have to give Deepak Singh that credit. He's been investing time, money, and effort into Mohammedan Sporting over the last 4 years. Got them up from the second division into the I-League, made them an I-League biggie, and then got them promoted last season. So, yeah, Mohammedan Sporting. Again, this Indian football has become so complex, so complicated, and that's one of the realities. I really don't know what these club officials are trying to do. It's just unbelievable. Everyone as a club official should be happy that someone is willing to invest money into your club. And these guys seems to be sort of, I don't know, working towards ensuring that it will not work. Prediction on the BFC versus Mohun Bagan Super Giant match. Sanskar, again, it's preseason. I don't know which kind of lineups these 2 coaches will take. Will they play their best players or not? It would be a tight one. Normally I would expect Mohun Bagan to go through. But again, it's a close one. What can I say? Bangladesh play better. India were headless. What the problem? Player look clueless. No coordination. I think that's Banjab. That's the real problem, right? That someone will tell me that this team has no talent. This India under 20. I don't believe that there is enough talent in this team. But this is my learnings over the years with Indian football. That the players need to be guided. They need to be told by the coaches how they're going to do it, what they're going to do. given specific tasks on the field. And this team, yeah, they tried, but there wasn't somehow a plan. I don't know. It's this formation, this lineup, and it's like hoping get it wide and then somehow get it up to the byline and then cross it in the middle or somehow, or even get in positions. I don't know. Northeast United Moroccan striker looking really good. Yes, Manolo, agree. Northeast United teaches me how to beat I-League clubs. Also agree. Sanskar. India cannot beat Bangladesh. They were playing worst even after that we lose. Manolo, I have seen now bits and pieces of 3 matches from the SAF under 20. And this is terrible. Bhutan, India. India Maldives was terrible from both teams. And today, okay, was a bit better, but Anjana Maldives game draw will be enough for us. Yeah, that shows you mentality, right? Do you think Bangladesh player were better in technical aspects, are better than us, or we were poor? Both teams were poor. There was no good team. Just at the end, penalty shootout is also a factor of luck, right? So, yeah. I hope for India 20 to qualify FC U-20 if this coach remain in his position. I'm not gonna watch those easy qualifying games. Abhishek, good hopes. But us qualifying for AFC under 20 was tough anyway. Let's see. I've heard that Jamie Ashik are ruled out. Yeah, Ashik is still not fully fit. And Jamie also will not be risked before the ISL. Ranjan peak ball, 90s techniques, 60 plus coach. Yeah, Mayank. Hi, Shushmit. Pathetic move by Mohammedan Sporting officials. Yeah, what more to say, Shushmit? These are the realities of where our football these days stands. Yeah, it's just embarrassing that these club officials don't realize that they should know, they should understand how tough it is to generate revenue, to generate income. And then if someone like Chachi has been found and wanting to invest, yeah. PSC will go tomorrow. Let's see. Even the new under 17 team looks once you said India can qualify for next decade. Zoravar didn't look good. Indian coach didn't play badly, just that they failed to score. They proved their supremacy on the pitch but couldn't finish. Okay, Shumit. I don't know which match you saw, but I saw a different one. Sir, I watched today's SAF U-20 and India lost against Bangladesh. The finishing was horrible. There was only one great prospect. Others were like 15-year-olds casual weekend players. But that, what shook us to me is I was looking at both the teams, and it didn't look to me like it was an under 20 game, right? A lot. Sorry, both sides to me looked older than 20-year-olds. Defense wins you cup, and BFC had better than Mono defense, so BFC will beat Mono. See, Sanskar, might work, might not work. Football is not so simple. Judging by the technical abilities of the current U17 boys, it looks unlikely to qualify for a FIFA World Cup next 2 decades either. So our looking at those boys and then talking about the next 2 decades is just wrong, and therefore, yeah, let's wait and see. Do you think losing to Bangladesh and Afghanistan are shaking the foundation system over terrible? Which foundation, Murali? Why generalize? This is something. Losing to Afghanistan is a no-go. Was a no-go for the senior team, and losing to this Bangladesh. We've lost to Bangladesh again. I said it under 16 level. Under 16, under 17 level. We've lost in the women's under 17s, under 20s. So it's anyway. What games did you watch? They were terrible. They literally didn't manage a single error-free kick in the entire tournament. They bumped together like 6 times, like cartoon embarrassment. Sir, Afghanistan instead of won Kafa Cup and we got even SAF Cup. Yeah, that's the reality. That is think about it. Afghanistan beat Uzbekistan to lift the CAFA Under 17 trophy. Just everyone, just think about it. Disband U-720 and U-17 team. Yeah, Mano, that does make sense. We have qualifiers coming up. Who wanted India, Bangladesh? India lost 3-4 on penalties after 1-1 after 90 minutes. You're saying we're not producing quality player. Can we consider scouting selection sport or no choice? I think that there are problems. It's a question of scouting. Scouting is a problem in itself. What more to add? It's part of the problem, right? Scouting is a problem. The players are poor. We're not producing better players, right? That's why I've been saying, right? We need to work on grassroots. We need to work on youth. We massively need to work on our coaching and our competition system. Those are the things we need to work on at grassroots and youth level. Otherwise, we will get nowhere. Why does that mean sect yet? No, that's not going to happen. That was never on the cards. Shoma, the fixtures are not kind for Mohun. We played Tractor on 2nd and Mohammedan on 5th. Again, we played Jamshedpur on 23rd and Rafshan away on 27th. Followed by Chennai on 30th. Yeah, Shoma, if you're going to play continental competition, welcome to the world of continental competition. This is normal. This is normal scheduling of an European club where you have, 3 matches within a 7 to 8 day window. Bagan Supergiant playing with that foreign defense midfielder. If with Kapoor they can't stop Naguera and JP do and won't get 3 goals. So without Kapoor, they are even worse. Sanskar, it's not so simple. It's not that, because of this, that will happen. Football is not chess. Every game has to be looked at individually. Talk about the ISL fixture. Sanskar, I've done a separate video on the ISL fixture. If you or the others want to watch it, I posted it earlier today regarding, that the opener will be Mohun Bagan Supergiant versus Mumbai City FC. The first week of fixtures are discussed in that. That we also, if Hyderabad stay, then they play their first game on the 19th of September against BFC. And further, if we go down, then Mumbai versus Northeast United will be the last match of the year on December 30th. So that's the other thing that would happen. So that's sort of say in a gist. And therefore, look at the other video that I've done. League should help clubs playing at continental level with accommodating fixtures. Shomo, that does not happen anywhere in the world. Again, if you qualify for continental competition, right, you will face this problem. Mumbai City faced it, Mohun Bagan faced it, Odisha faced it. How are you going to change the fixtures? At some stage, you'll have to play the matches, right? This is a normal thing in regard to fixtures in a continental when you play continental football. Mohammedan is not playing in ISL. Do you hear that news? Guardiola, again, still, Deepak Singh has made a video. He said the Shrachi deal is off for the moment. There is still 2.5 weeks to go. So let's see what all drama, tamasha now will happen around this whole Mohammedan Sporting thing. Remember the East Bengal, she cement scenario. Listen, let's wait and see. You have to deal with tight schedule if you play AFC competition. Same applies to every team in the world. Yeah, Manolo, that's something. Again, and that's the problem. Fans need to say, scheduling is not friendly to me. Listen, scheduling is not done by someone sitting on his hands saying, I want to play on this day, you should be playing. No, you have to factor in those things. And scheduling, if anyone comes around, and talks about scheduling is an issue, please leave. Nobody's forcing you to play anything, right? It's rubbish. This whole scheduling is a problem issue. Either play or don't play, right? I'm hearing bad things about Ranjan Chaudhary. What do you think? Aram, again, he's a different generation. To me, the question would be, has he had experience uh, um, with working with youth or younger players? Doesn't seem to be. Therefore, that's the problem. And then, of course, he has been very often a number two. He's not been, Ranjan has not worked very often as a number one. He's worked very often as a number two, right? Nitya recently conducted a management workshop at Mohammedan 10th. That's why. Okay. Ranjan, Ishfaq have no quality to coach any Indian team. Yeah, Manolo. Most probably this right. The same youth players in the future will earn 3, 4, 5, 6 crore in the club level. Yeah, Sanskar, that's the other thing. I slept while waiting for your live on YouTube. Just woke up. Welcome, Gear on Rare. Yeah, let's see. Why coaches are so poor? Yeah, Zorawar, that is a question that needs to be asked. And I've been asking that question. That our coaches need to be better. They need to be producing better talent. The coaches need to be, they have to show initiative themselves to improve. You know, that's the problem. AIFF recently decided to feed U-20 Indian team, and they're like, what are your views on the same set? Because I feel earlier Arrow's project helped us in so many ways. Get on Rare, looking at how these boys played today, I think it would be a good step for the team. You know, I think it would help them. But again, you never know. But to me, I personally feel it would be the right thing in the right direction. I even did a video, right? When did I do a video? Did a video, video number 392, could India play in the I-League? Have a look at it, and there I've done in a little bit more detail and spoken about it, what I think and what I feel. Can India allow foreign-based footballers like Indonesia, Australia, and youth Indonesia proving ourselves as one Kafa? India did the same, that allowing one player from Canada. Manjab, theoretically, yes. Practically, they need to learn scout, right? To find players who have Indian passports in that way, right? So, because PIOs, OCIs are not playing for us anytime soon. Yeah. The fans who say why no support to Indian football, show them result of East Bengal AFC, show them U7, U20 India results, show them senior team or India results and women's team of India. Too pathetic. Yeah, Meha, these are realistic. Do you think Mohun Bagan starting the campaign versus Mumbai City before the ASL is a good idea? Arnav, I think this is a wasted game. It's the two best teams in the league. On the first match day, no one else does that. That's why, to me, wrong scheduling. The best two teams should be playing towards the end of the, first half and second half of the campaign. That's why last season was perfect. The last game of the league season between these two, and they decided the league shield amongst them. You don't schedule Mohun Bagan versus Mumbai City on the first match day. Will Mohammedan Sporting play in ASL? Some investors should go in there. So we not clear. Now, sir, we're going more down and down at all levels. Look at Bangladesh, Afghanistan, they're kicking our. Yeah, Meher, that's the reality. Why Indian coaches, so does the Federation give license to these kind of managers, the massive corruption, even coach license? See, handing out licenses doesn't mean that if you have a license, you're going to be a good coach. And if you think that that's a thing, then that's also a problem. Our coaches at the moment aren't good enough. That's I think, our biggest problem. Sorry, sir. Goodbye to Indian football. In my means, India never changes its football. Zigzag, yeah, that's a problem. Afghanistan beating Uzbekistan, people, but India's situation right now, future very doubtful. We talk about grassroots youth football, without it, Afghanistan proved its desire. Yeah. Mumbai City FC has difficult first 5 match fixture. Agree or not playing Mohun Bagan, Goa away, BFC, OC and home. All teams are top of the cups. Only is an easy club for metros. Sanskar, first of all, there are no easy opponents, and then we'll see. If Mumbai City is a top team, the best team, they'll have to win against those teams. Obtaining a coaching license so easy in India, need to bring something like FIFA agent exam to stop the scam these days. Every second guy I'm linked to is holding a coaching license. Mohun Bagan Supergiant fans will excuse and blame fixture on the matches after if they lose all matches in the ASL. Do you see the significant difference with these youth level past 3 years, according to which youth and the best bet you have seen? Only we spoke about it yesterday. 2002 under 17 would be one of the best. Alex Shaji to Mohun, what's is that true? Shannon, nothing happening. I mean, people are talking about a potential swap and Mohun Bagan offering them to players. How does that happen? Hyderabad has a transfer ban. I mean, those who are selling me that transfer makes no sense. Only if Hyderabad's transfer ban is lifted, then we can talk about it. Europe and Asia is different with to distance a team needs to travel. Also, scheduling matches on weekends should be something that FSM must consider. Shomo, if you're traveling from England or Germany to Azerbaijan, you're traveling more than even in Asia. And if you look at Mohun Bagan's travels this year, it's doable travels. It's not the worst, right? So therefore, weekends, yes, is something that the ISL should consider. But again, for Mohun Bagan, it means weekend matches, right? Because they're going to be playing Tuesday, Wednesday in the ACL2. So therefore, they'll have weekend matches. Is Mizoram FA doing far more things better compared to other state FAs? Yes, they have, right? I mean, if you think about it, they didn't have anything 15 years ago. At this stage, 15 years ago, I would say, Mizoram FA had nothing. They created the Mizoram Premier League. They created their youth program. Then they created Grassroots. They focused on women's football. That's the reason. Kolkata will host or Mumbai will host. Assuming situation will remain same, what will happen in ISO? Sanskar, no idea. As I said, I thought again, wrong match to start the season on. I would think let's wait and see what happens over the next week to 10 days in Kolkata. Was that 2-foot tackle of Alberto penalty? Why Indian referees get such tackles penalty? Wow, what such beautiful tackles from ours. But yeah, I feel it was a penalty. One thing is clear to me, our federation is incompetent. The technical committee along with Joe should be sacked. Okay, Chetan. Sir, what about Northeast United FC? They won today, played well and qualified for it's a big moment for them. Yeah, rare big moment for Northeast United. For the Highlanders, a potential chance to finally win a trophy, right? So therefore, that's the difference between them and the other teams in the ISL. And yeah, let's wait and see if they can do that. So how can AIFF develop grassroots? Can you explain, sir? In short, it's not on the AIFF. It's on the state association. It's on the clubs. It's on football institutions, football academies, football schools, football training centers that they have to sort of locally develop it. I have the series on the future of Indian football where I speak about it zigzag in more detail. If you want, please have a look. I mean, I've got a whole series on that. I'll just name you the whole series. 1 second. The future of Indian football. If you go under playlists, I have a whole series. By now, it's 15 videos in it, where I talk about the future of Indian football, and where I have spoken. I gave an introduction, speak about leadership, about the stakeholders, about age fraud, financial sustainability being a problem, about general development, about grassroots, about youth football, about coaching, about competitions, and of course also about scouting, the latest videos about scouting. So if you want to see those, a little bit more detail in those videos, I speak about grassroots and other things as well. When will you team-wise analysis for the Ajax season, your prediction top 4 sheet? Mank, I guess next week onwards, I'll do my team previews. Heard that these Indian coaches are teaching old 90s tactics and all. Last year, these boys were totally different, played with big names. Private Agent, I saw them last year in Germany. And again, I felt last year they were overhyped. I didn't think that this under 17 was as good as people made them to be. And yeah, let's see. Oxford United recently signed an Indonesian youngster. They have Indonesian owners. Why can't Blackburn Rovers do the same with Benki's owning the club? Benki's have tried once in the past, fell flat. The Indonesian youngster didn't come from Indonesia, was already playing in Belgium. And for jump from Belgium to Oxford, with especially Des Buckingham, the former Mumbai City FC coach, being there, makes sense. Has worked with young talent, has developed young talent at Mumbai City. Tell me an Indian player that Blackburn Rovers should target and try and develop further. There's no player even close to the championship. That's the other problem, right? Can Northeast United win Durand Cup? I'm very scared if Mohun Super come to. Aram, I think whoever it is, Mohun Bagan or BFC, in theory, Northeast United can win the cup. Kerala Blasters versus BFC better than Mumbai City FC Mohun to start first match of the Kochi. Yeah, might have been better. Yeah, could have been better. I'm a big time Northeast United FC fan. Watched all their games last year. Great to hear. Congratulations, Aram. There's something happening. Northeast United looks down for years. I feel this final match gonna boost them for ISL. There can be underdogs in the ISL field. Gear on rare. Yeah, but the conversation of underdogs to me is in regard to qualifying for the top 6. I think more, in my opinion, looks difficult at this moment. But yes, certainly Mohammedan Sporting, Northeast United are a team to watch out this in this ISL campaign. So yes, let's wait and see how far they can go in this tournament. Right, over half an hour. Those of you who might be new, if you haven't subscribed to arunfoot here on YouTube, we have at the moment 1,527 followers. So thanks a lot, everyone. And if you think you're liking what you're seeing, 12 likes so far of this video. So, we can get maybe a little bit more if you think, and if you think other people should join and do share it, and then let's have a discussion. Saying that is very good. We need these videos to know reality, but sadly, audience wants masala. Yeah, Manu, that's I've seen. If I see the views, if I again made some stupid video on the topic of Anwar or whatever it was, it would be watched, and that's the sad part of things, right? But anyway, I will try and do the little that I can. That's why I've created the Future of Indian Football series. I will continue the series with more chapters or episodes. And if you can, guys, do share it, do spread it. Let's inform people. Let's get more people into the discussions, and see that we grow. So, Mohammedan Sporting new investor Strategy Sports has pulled off extra time. Bangladesh reported. Yeah, Prathamesh. Again, it's been reported across the media. There's a video of Deepak Singh from Bunker Hill, who's the primary investor. So yeah, Anwar will get banned. Will get banned or not? If banned, then Ismail will get or not. And if both get banned, then when we'll get Sanskar. Let's wait and see. I don't know what the PC will decide, but they're taking time. So yeah, let's wait and see. Changte Oxford United. Sanskar, as much as I would love to see that happening, and again, I think Des Buckingham is one of the reasons Changte is what he is today, but I don't think Changte is good enough for a championship team. What happened to Shaji Prakhan's case in Supreme Court? Mark, no idea. I think it was Delhi High Court, not Supreme Court. Mumbai City user Neil Goghawal signed for Blackburn Rovers a month back. So I had read that, right? Did that actually go through in the end? Right? I'm just curious to see if that thing has actually gone through or not, because I felt it didn't go through in the end. Just one second, let me just check once. Check just an internal database. Okay, not sure. Yeah, supposedly it's signed there, but again, I think he's gone there on education. Let's see. How can I acquire Northeastern address here? Where jersey? It's so listen, they don't sell it online. I think just try and reach out to the club. I think because maybe it will be made available during the home games. I don't know. Okay, they don't even sell it. Quite interesting. Jamshedpur will remain last and Mohun will remain top. This 14th will not change apart from other team. Let's see what happens. Sanskar, too early to say. Do you think Juan Pedro Benali did great with the bunch of players he had in Northeast United FC last season? Yeah, fast food, yes, but again, I think the competition wasn't the best. In my opinion, one has to be honest about that fact. So let's see. Is it possible for you with your contact and analysis of the preseason in Germany? Mank, there will be no interest. So, if anyone has an interest, they know how to contact me. I know the guys, they know me. There is no interest. I know you as fans would love to see it, but it's not happening. We had so many unpredictable teams this season. I think predictable, Sanskar, because we had, again, the 4-5 top teams. I would have said at the start 5, and then it turned out to be 4. The rest of the league was new, right? That was the issue. The Anwar Ali saga shows us how much Kana Federation is on the door. Still no proper decision made yet. No gear on red. I think that is something where you're, they have to take a right decision. They have turned around somewhere wrongly, I feel, and to me is something, and in this case they have to take a right decision. So let's see what they do. I think Igor should have been given U23 and U20 as we're paying him money. Yeah, yes. Mohammedan Sporting investor problem. You shared a video message on Facebook. Yes, Achut, I've seen it, shared it, we've spoken about it. Looks like the East Bengal scenario with Cement being replayed here. Changcha should go play for Wrexham. Solid story. Yeah, Shishmit, lovely story, great story. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Hi, Dark Knight. All things are good. Shachi is no more interested in ever. Recently spoke with him in one session. He launched his own project to support Indian football. Gear on rare, if you believe that, congratulations, but I think that is not true. Does India have a proper scouting network, or most is done through hearsay? Because it doesn't seem like they're not doing a great job scouting under 20, under 17 players. They can't even trap a ball. Deep, yes, the players are scouted, more mainly through either the the reserve, Reliance Foundation Development Reserve League, the under 17 league, under 15, under 13, and the state competitions, under 20 and under 17, and under 14, under 15, right? So therefore, yeah. So do you know Bol, Dada Bol? Yeah, of course, I do know Nilanjan. Yes, I do know him. Does India have a proper scouting net? We've just answered it. Nilanjan Das is a great person. Yes, Shushmit, agree with that. Means FC Goa, Mohammed Sucha, and Mohammed top 3. That's where clubs and rest will fight for other top. Sanskar, let's wait and see. Sound, Amal, to me, sound looks fine. Sounds fine. I don't know if the others, So, yeah, let's see. Do you have contacts in FC Goa? I believe Ravi might be interested. Mank, yes, I know them. But no, they will not be interested. Have you seen Gurkirat's goal? He's an unpolished gem. Yes, I've seen his goal. I've seen earlier goals as well. Talented, but has to now prove it in the ISL. Komal Thakur rejected Man U reserve team and joined ATK. Guardiola, who told you that? Do you seriously think that Man United offered a contract to Komal Thakur? On a serious note. No. He was overhyped in the Under-17 World Cup, and that didn't help him in the long run. Chichen has improved a lot under Benali compared to other coaches. Yeah, there are players who improve, right? There are a lot of players who improve. CFC versus OFC, East Bengal versus PFC, Mumbai City was one of these three matches are most best. But yeah, let's see. What's your opinion of today? Shillong played their best before this match. What happened today? What's your thoughts? Durand, yeah, that's football. Big stage, opponent was ready, and Northeast United just showed them that the ISL team should be better than an Ali team. Bankal and Shachi Sports not happening confirmed, but Deepak Kumar Singh was Western Mohammedan Sporting. Yeah, on rare. That seems to be the situation. Let's wait and see. This is the start of a new chapter. Let's see what happens in the next few days. Katimani in FC Goa, what's your view on him? Sanskar, I know Kati for nearly 1.5 decades. Solid goalkeeper, but has had always the one or the other blunder in his game. But for FC Goa, someone who's been at the club, who knows the club, knows the coach as well, has worked with him in Hyderabad. So therefore, that's good for him to come home. Man, you were not interested in Komal Thattal Yaram. That's also the reality. So can you become a member in AIFF? Zigzag in theory, yes. But member being, I think I can't become a member because I'm not part of the state association. But in theory, I could theoretically work. I've done work for the AIFF in the past, let's put it this way. According to you, who was the most talented Indian footballer failed to reach potential? Oh, Shomo, there are tons of them. I spoke the other day about Chota Mama, Malswam Tulunga, not Malswam Tulunga, Malswama, sorry, not Malswam Tulunga, Malswama, who I felt was insane. Love the player, great footballer, but that would be the one. Do you think ISL will get a sponsor this year? Mank, I have my doubts at the moment. I wish it was, but yeah. And now did Constance have a falling out effort? So yeah, they did have. I saw a friend who's in coaching, C license is now off to Barcelona for 3-month course. He hopes to get a football gig to stay there to give him a great exposure. Thoughts? Navneet, C license is okay. A gig in Barcelona sounds nice, but is he going to get the right gig where he will learn the right? Again, I can even learn at lower level. At Barcelona, I can learn a lot, but yeah, let's see. Wish him all the best, but it's not easy. Ashiniki said there was serious interest in Nombar and Jigson from Hong's Cup to cope with total story I read in newspapers. Komal Thattal, there was no interest of Manu, so I know that for a fact. Interest in scouts and players doesn't mean interest in clubs, right? Or interest from clubs, let's put it this way. I know there was interest in Nangdomba, Jigson. I think there was also interest in Amarjeet. But yeah, all of it died out at some stage. Hi, Shaggy. Welcome back. Hope you're doing fine, my friend. Wanted to understand the ownership model of Mohammedan Sporting. But how different from East Bengal Mohun? De facto, it's not different because you have the club, which owns a certain percentage. You have an investor. So it was a 51-49 model in favor of Bunker Hill. That turned into a 61-39 model for ISL promotion. And Bunker Hill then said, listen, I'm going to bring in an external investor. And that either stake I will sell. In either case, I would sell a stake or I would sell the whole package, parcel of mine of 61%, and then bring in more money. This all hasn't worked. Now they worked out something with Shachi saying, listen, you take up 30%. And by taking up 30%, Shachi then also says that they would put in the investment over the next 2-3 years to fund an ISL team. So that's where we stand at this moment. So therefore, very complex, very complicated situation, I would say on one side, but this is the investment model that the big Kolkata clubs have now had for a while. Once we used to call Dheeraj Singh as a new wall of India. Suddenly what happened? He's not even raised to be the first choice keeper in ISL forget national team. Kieran Rare, he's become an adult and he's not developed as much as he should. And the mistakes he used to do at youth, he was at youth level, I thought he was better than he is now. So that's the reality. Sir, please go and AIFF, tell them what they can do for Indian football. Yeah, but if, it sounds so easy. But the AIFF, are they going to willing to listen to understand what to do better? No, they think they know it. Lalan Puya, great talent that failed, still pains me. Yeah, remember Lalan Puya, 2004, came to Germany with Tata Football Academy, bulldozed German defenders in that under 16, under 17 age category. Yeah. Do you think we can qualify for U-20 Asian Cup? No. If we can qualify, then I would say under 17. If opportunity comes to you in future to become a director of football of AIFF, will you be interested? Shomo, I can't generalize it. It has to be looked at. What is the situation? What am I doing at that moment? Where is the AIFF? Would the AIFF listen to what needs to be done, or would it just be a position for the sake? So, yeah. Open, certainly. Interested, will show at the time, whenever that conversation, if it ever happens. Do we produce good analysts? Yeah, there are certainly good analysts around. General, all analysts good. I wouldn't be able to tell you that. What are your thoughts on Kipken? Dipan, talented boy, saved up, of course, in the under-20s against the Maldives the other day. But we saw today, still has a long, long way to go. East Bengal has signed top quality players. Will they manage to play all of them? Is they signed the players according to big names like Remedy actually run for the names to create hype? Durand, that's the concept of Kolkata football, right? East Bengal still don't have a team, so let's see. So didn't even Dheeraj get serious interest? Remember hearing Scottish clubs' interest, not sure how true. There wasn't an interest. He actually went to Scotland to train. I don't remember. Was it Motherwell? I think it was Motherwell where he even trained. But that was more coming through, via his agent, but nothing came of it. He left the Indian Arrows to try his luck over there. It was clear that he wouldn't get a work permit. And therefore, that was one of the first mistakes that he did in whatever he signed afterwards. Lalampuya, Lal Kamal, Lalas were technically gifted sentiment. There's another guy from Mohammedan, Branco. Yeah, Branco Cardozo. Yeah, was very time to time. Jackson, 12 crore, 25 Anwar crore, almost that's it for 2 Indian players. So all 6 players in this price and 6 foreign players. Lalcom is still doing coaching. Lalam is far from football now. Komal Thatal news is completely fake. Just confirmed. Bajit Rao is in the UK for Bajit. Okay. Where did the comments go? Do you see this Dheeraj story similar to Amarjit Singh's story? No, separate. Individual stories, morally different pathways. Yeah. Pathiv's got a pure winger's goal. Yeah, Bjorn Chillong's performance was not for their possession. As our team is not expected from our team. Sanskar, possession to me counts nothing. I'd rather have 20% and win. Japan, good example, against Spain and Germany. Possession does no sense. So would you believe in Kudra that he would take East Bengal forward this season? Vedant, I don't think so. I think East Bengal will have a coach discussion or already has a coach discussion after the Durand Cup. Let's see. Where should we first concentrate on Indian football? Well, I've said grassroots, youth football, coaching, competitions. India Dreams World Cup. Harnav, I watch your videos while I go to bed. It's a nice discussion. What's your thought on this as EPL top 4? EPL top 4, if you ask me, and I'm not a hardcore, regular follower, but I do watch matches. I think it's Manchester City's to lose. Arsenal are the biggest, challenges for City. And then it gets interesting. You've got a number of clubs where I don't know really how good or how bad are they this season. We talk about Aston Villa, we talk about Liverpool, we talk about Man United. Newcastle United comes to the mix. West Ham, are they better under Lopetegui? Could Fabian Hutzler be the surprise element, the 31-year-old German at Brighton? There are a lot of stories, a lot of subplots. So top 4 race will be interesting. Not possession first team, yeah. Sir, have you heard of Aaron Raphael, the first emperor playing in Finland? No, I've not heard about Aaron Raphael. Why do we don't get to see owners of football clubs openly discussing the functioning of club past season, etc., all over the world? But Gaurav, why should do they have to? That would be my counter question to you. From a fan's perspective, I understand your question, but if I'm a club owner, I discuss things internally, right? As I told you, we know what is happening in Indian football, in my opinion, 20, 30% of what's really happening, right? These are realities. Where do you play Scottish League? Yeah, European League, most probably around 11 to 12 in Europe. Fourth, if you are watching, please like the live stream so that we can help bring in more people. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you. Thanks, Shushmit. Still, we expect ASA clubs, no matter which one will dominate I-League clubs. Yeah. Dheeraj went for trial at Motherwell at the time Tom Alder was playing for Motherwell. Yeah. What's your thoughts on Carlos? Makes a bold prediction. Can Carlos finish as Bengal coach in March? And I think he's in danger. Because for the first time, for the first time in ISL history, East Bengal is under pressure to perform, to get results, to finish at least top 6. I think that's something which is factually a problem for East Bengal this season. Last few years, last season they were talking top 6, but to me they were never a top 6 candidate, to be very, very honest. So therefore, for me, he is under pressure. So what's your pure thoughts on Indian football from past 10, 11 years of running, but only FSL? I feel AIFF have done nothing in terms of progress in grassroots. I think year on rare, that is not right. Because up to 2 years ago, with the old dispensation running the AIFF, I think they did a lot of things right when it came to grassroots, youth football, and league structure. They were building it, right? Not perfect, but they were building it. They're working on it. They knew the realities. They knew the difficulties. Then COVID hit, especially grassroots and youth football suffered massively. And my feeling till today is that the new AIFF was too over-ambitious of trying to change things, improve things, make things different. And that didn't work. That did not work in their favor, and that has, in my opinion, backfired massively. So to me, that's the biggest challenge I see with the reality of Indian football. And in the last 2 years, we've walked back. The problem is that we have in an Indian context very often is you do not, and especially in the way that the dispensation came in, you don't respect what the people earlier did in the federation, right? You want to change things. You've changed names of things. You said, oh, you know what, Indian Arrows, we will never restart. Now you're talking about Indian under-20 playing in the I-League. Yeah. So for me, I think that respect needs to be there. FSDL has done certain things, yes, but FSDL has been better with its grassroots youth work than with the ISL. That's another question that needs to be asked. Will you be surprised if BC wins semi-final? No, Gaurav. Because to me, as I've said, these are 50-50 matches. Even if it's in Kolkata nowadays, let's see. Man United, the lowest they think they can finish the season, India Dreams World Cup, 7, 8, maybe 9, 10, who knows? They're still not settled. They're buying players left, right, and center. They're not convinced from Ten Hag, but they've kept him. Let's wait and see what they do. Do you think a certain player not molded properly if they went through proper development phases if Arnold went through proper development phases, I think they would have produced miracle. Maybe morally, maybe not, Do you watch Bundesliga? If so, where do you see VfL Wolfsburg finishing? Yes, I watch Bundesliga regularly. Wolfsburg under Hasenhüttl, ambitious coach, 8 to 12, I would say. That even in the last days of BFC had exposed by other clubs coach and BFC performed bad. That's why BFC second. Yeah. Prediction on BFC was Mohun Bagan. What's your starting level both the teams? Depan starting 11 preseason always very difficult because I don't know what the coaches are thinking. I've not seen them train. To me, Mohun Bagan certainly with home advantage has the advantage, but again, this BFC looks quite settled at the moment. So therefore, Mohun Bagan are my favorites. But again, on the other side, I wouldn't be surprised if BFC, upset them. Do you think ISL club to sustain long term? Do you think need financial backing needed? But that's already happening, no? Most of the teams have that financial backing. Augusto played for Chennai back in 2015, then for BFC. Now he's 30th and signing Kerala Super for Kochi FC. Your thoughts on himself? I believe he's got potential to play in ISL. Kieran Rare, his days are over. He's not a kind of ISL player. He used to play in his younger days in ISL. Physical guy, good player to watch. But again, he's no longer ISL material. So I think whether to find it difficult to stay till December, considering the start he had with Asian Challenge, for the title being our expectations. Navneet, again, title expectations are ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think East Bengal is a title contender. East Bengal's aim has to get into top 6. Once they get into top 6, and you are in a position to challenge maybe for a title, then you can think about it. Everything else is unrealistic. How do you rate Molina judging with the performance and will he survive the season or get sacked midway? Zorawar, too early to say. Again, as with others, this is still preseason. We are still in preseason. I think the clubs are not clear where they are at the moment. Let them get ready, let them play properly, and then we'll talk about these things. At the moment, in my opinion, it's way too early to speak about where a club could, would, should finish. Thoughts on Bangalore FC and Mohun Bagan Supergiant youngsters? See, BFC has had some coming through. A lot of them have now gone to Northeast United. Mohun Bagan youngsters, there aren't many, right? So I would, not too much talked about. Do you think code of conduct for player applied strictly, but same doesn't apply to federation? I feel your thoughts on that. I feel. What kind of code of conduct? I mean, there is no code of conduct for present. Top 5 among these, Oliver Kahn, Mr. Klose, Neuer, Uwe Seeler as a footballer. Sorry. See, I know Oliver Kahn myself, so Oli would be top. I think then comes Seeler, Neuer, Klose. Yeah. East Bengal first match very difficult and with big teams. Either Kodar prove himself and spoil party of the big teams or will sack after the 5th match. Let's see. Yes, 8 to 12 for Wolfsburg. It's happening in Kolkata, that match. Yes, Sanskar. Do you think player often switching position as they made their progress hamper like actually playing left back, or is it very common? It happens around the world. Your top 6 in ISL, Dipan. Let's do that a little closer to the start of the ISL. We still have transfer period on, even though we've not heard any transfers in the last few days. So let's wait a little longer, and then we'll surely speak about it in the weeks to come. So how does Germany have this culture of young coaches, Nagelsmann, Tuchel, Herzler, being the most common ones? I think only Spain has a similar culture of great coaches, because when they stop playing football, even at 19, 20, 21, they start coaching, right? And if they're good, they're given a chance. Is way early to sack Quadrat or wait for till season end or sack him after a few matches, maybe after. We will see. Again, you guys are speculating on something which you football. You cannot plan a football season because there are things that happen on the field, the things happening off the field, and then you have to take a call, right? And then let's see. Why is there always unrealistic expectation? Chaos, noise by fans around East Bengal. Say it will only put extra pressure on the team. Look at clubs like FC Goa, Mumbai City, CNPC. They are taking one step at a time. Yeah, I agree. Gaurav. How do you rate current Brazil versus Germany? How do you rate them? Which team has the edge? I think Brazil are not as good as they have been in the past. I would rate Germany higher than Brazil. BFC versus Mohun Bagan Superchan happened, but Derby not. What is the reason for that? There was trouble in Kolkata around that RG Core incident. Last season, Northeast United lost 5-1 to East Bengal. Kolkata before the second leg. What East Bengal fans were being very annoying on Twitter, and they were there. We beat them 3-2. To me, that defined the joy of football. Okay, Aram. I know U20 performance was abysmal. I think in bits and pieces, players were not that bad. Finishing Rizaya and Lord Ranjan were to blame. What do you think? See, bits and pieces against Bangladesh is not enough for me, Abhijit. For me, that needs to be, Do you think India will lose its dominance in South region in coming years? Example, today's results against Bangladesh U20. Kishore, we've already lost it at youth level. I don't think we are losing it in the coming years. We're already, clubs like BFC, FC Goa, Kickstart, and Reliance Youth Academy have done very well to find some good talents when you football. If most clubs for this, we can definitely build a good team. Giron Rare, on one side, yes. But on the other side, no. I will say, yes, you're saying they found talent, but what level of talent? Has any one of these academies that you're mentioning or any one of these football clubs produce a talent which is Asian level? Any one of them? One. I'm talking one player. I'm not talking about 10, 15, 20, 30, 50. One player who is Asian level. One. Big zero. So therefore, they've not done good. That is the reality. Neuer, Martinez, Murali, no doubt Manuel Neuer. I mean, Emi Martinez does not even get close to Manuel Neuer. What's the cost and logistics of exposure tours in Germany? Ovijit, I wouldn't know this at the back of my hand, In the situation, Kolkata bad, good, worse, or average after the incident. I think now it's okay, but let's wait and see, Sanskar. Even Bhutan has employed a Japanese coach for the U20 team, shows how incompetent areas. Yeah. But it's not incompetence. They have a financial issue on one side. They're speaking about it, and so let's see. Did you recommend Nicola Adams to AIFF back when he was hired? Are you friends with him? Rohit, to answer your second question first, yes, I'm friends with Nico. I did not recommend him, but I worked with the AIFF and the German FA. The German FA recommended Nicola Adam at the time, and that's why he got in. And afterwards, we became friends. We have done enough of doing blame game for failures in info, but it's time to raise the standards. Yeah, good. Let's do that. But who's gonna? Again, it's not for us here on this live on a Monday evening to do that here on Rare. It's for the stakeholders to realize that, right? That's the problem. It's not if you realize that. Good. If you say, listen, let's raise the standards. Okay, what can you do to raise the standards? It has to come from the stakeholders. They need to do it. How do you rate Reliance Academy development and grassroots? Good, Murali. They're doing a good work. But again, the academy is not producing world-class players. That's the only question. And now I have a very grim prediction, but I really think it's going to happen. We're not qualifying for the AFC Asian Cup 2027. I hope you're wrong, but that could happen. Hamza Chaudhary has got Bangladesh passport. Tough times yet for India, even in SAF. Yes, Surawar, that's coming. Thoughts on Kerala's style of wait and watch for a good foreign striker with their depth efficiency? Teams yet to sign a striker 20 days to opening day. Navneet, I think what Kerala is doing, he's been given a certain budget. And he's trying to sign a striker in a certain budget. Other clubs have inflated the Indian market so much that the money that he has on the table, you know, uh, that he's trying to sign players within his budget. That's the problem at the moment. Hi, Blue. What happened to Mohammedan Sporting? Very simply, Mohammedan Sporting has put unrealistic demands, which the two investors in Bunker Hill and in Shachi Sports don't want to fulfill. When India U-20 played against German clubs, they have done decent, or else playing friendly competition, which is completely different. It depends, Molly. Over the years, we've seen many games, some of them good, some of them bad. Let's see. What playing style of football suits India? How does one country decide its playing style? See, Gaurav, again, that question is not a question. It depends on what kind of players I have. Because FC Goa is going to educate their children in one way, BFC is going to do it in their way, the clubs in the Northeast will do it in their way, whatever, So therefore, I think India is not at the phase of where we should discuss our playing style. If I say, let's say India decides this, you know what, we're going to play Barca style 4-3-3. And I have a team which is more comfortable playing 4-2-3-1. You're going to play 4-3-3, going to force that 4-3-3 on the players, it will not work. We need to be flexible. This talk about a style of football comes down the road. FC Goa wants to implement a style of football. They can do it as a club. Mumbai City as a club can do it. But India as a nation at the moment is not at the stage. Supratin Das scored for Mumbai City and Lalpuya also in the preseason versus Thailand. Good to see Peter giving young players, special Indian players, chance. Yeah, but this is preseason, right? Sanskar, this is preseason. So asking from you what can be done for football-loving city in India, what's a small club like Lajong, Aizawl, Trao, Real Kashmir, how they can be taken to next level. They can't. They have reached the level that they can play. That is something which you need to recognize. It is something which, if and when the system completely opens up, I don't know when, if it happens down the road, if the ISL still exists, but these clubs will rather draw down the standard than push up the standards. It's great to see the fans and all that stuff, but we're talking about finance, right? A Luton going up to the Premier League is a great story, but Luton will not be able to sustain itself in the Premier League. It will go down at some stage, and that's the reality. I know you are critical of Ranjit's and Steamer's demand for longer camps, but I think national team performance is very important. We have to figure out way for longer camps. Abhijit, longer camps make no sense. It's the biggest BS that people talk about. Do you think that incompetent coaches will teach the players something worthwhile? Simple question. A good coach, a really good coach will get the best out of his players in 7 to 10 days. Right? He will work with the club coaches across the season. Don't believe what these people say, right? You will not get that. We want to be part of a global calendar. It's like earlier Mohammed was saying, oh, you know what, the schedule is tight. The way other Asian teams are progressing, very likely that a young Indonesian team replaces us at the Asian level. Yeah, looks likely. Well, they've already done that. It's better to not qualify for AFC Asian Cup rather than thresh for top teams and score 0 goal. Better to invest more on the grassroots. But gear on rare, people are not willing to invest on grassroots. No? That's the other problem that we face, right? That's the reality that we face at the moment. No? The money that might be taken off at the top level is not going to be spent at the bottom half of the table of the pyramid. That's the challenge we face. No? I'm sad about progress of SAF teams. If they qualify for World Cup, it will surely rock steeping populations, jingoism. Yeah. So from the 2017 batch, do you think with the right guidance, some of them, or at least one of them, could have made it into a good European league by now? Navneet, Good, good European League. I don't think anyone would have, but European League. Yeah. So yeah. How about gegenpressing philosophy? Rhythm, this is something which you learn, which you have to understand, which you have to know blindly when to push and press. Not happening with our players. Very difficult. Need to change Indian coaches from youth teams. Ranjan Ball is beyond worst skill and reported they trade 90 style play. Yeah, Blue, listen. Most of the coaches are, have I not said this on the show X number of times that are, again, with all due respect, our Indian coaches are part of the problem? That's the reality. Do you think Bangladesh is showing intent to develop? They even wrote player, but player went from bad to worse. There is intent with Bangladesh. Yes, the BFF. Yesterday, someone criticized the BFF, right? Yeah, with all problems. Will Messi play ISL now? Blue, I have no idea. I have no idea. The ISL is back to square one. Hyderabad, we don't know. Mohammedan Sporting, at this moment, tonight, I would say no. Tonight, if you ask me, will Mohammedan Sporting play the ISL? Given the status, what has happened, it's a big, big no. And unlike East Bengal, where Mamata Banerjee and Reliance came in and stepped in, Mamata Banerjee has other problems to fight at the moment. What should Indian academies do to produce top-class players? By bringing foreign coaches or giving foreign sport regular or anything else? Fast food, it's not something to generalize. Again, yes, bring in quality coaches. Exposure, yeah, in the off-season, why not? But again, it doesn't have to be Europe, right? Go to the Middle East, go to Southeast Asia. That's more than enough. Siva looks promising in the initial days, but since last season, he looks rusty and not able to score on easy situations, misses easily. What's your thoughts on him? Riran Rare, good example of an Indian footballer who does well for a season and then lacks consistency. I know losing to a war-torn country like Bangladesh, so I'll just say they're all trash. Yeah, Ritam, what else to say? So how did Afghanistan won CAF USL in spite of having teams like footballing nationals? Iran is big as they're probably age fraud. See, Sanish, age fraud here or there. Even if there was age fraud, they beat Uzbekistan in the final, right? So to me, that is something which in itself is impressive, right? Just to think, I'm just looking at the draw, right? I mean, Afghanistan, okay, were lucky because they had Tajikistan and Kyrgyz Republic in their group, won both matches. Uzbekistan beat Iran and Turkmenistan to win their group. Kyrgyz Republic lost to Turkmenistan 0-2 in the fifth place playoff. Iran lost 2-4 on penalties to Tajikistan. And Afghanistan won 1-0 against Uzbekistan. And if I look at their squad, just let me check if I have their squad available with me. Yeah, looks like most of all of these boys are playing in Afghanistan. So it's not, one or the other looks like he's playing abroad, but otherwise, yeah, these are all realities. Can AIFF afford Nikolai right now? I don't think whatever discussion we're having right now, AIFF is completely unaware about them. They certainly did right things when their reputation on stake on U-17. See, Nikolai right now, I think, is not even on the market. So therefore, the question doesn't arise. And fans wanted Indian coach in the national team and look at Indian coach in junior level. No one is good coach. So if this coach can't bring us at junior level, how we expect them to give us a national team? Sanskar, that's what I said. Manura views listed as striker. I'm sure of it. Okay. First, we should stop playing in SAF Cup and move on to Vasu. I've said this now multiple times. We can't move on from SAF. We're not winning in SAF. Why would you move on? If we were winning like 10-0 every game, and then you said, you know what, we want to move on somewhere else. There is a justification to that demand, but there is no justification at the moment. We're not even winning these tournaments. Can you explain why you were against India playing Asian Games, you want to send U-23 was because it wouldn't have hurt rankings. Rohit, very simply talking, the month of September last year when the Asian Games are happening, right? We had the Indian senior team playing. We had the India under-23s playing their AFC under-23 Asian Cup qualifiers. We had the ISL starting. We had Mumbai City playing Champions League, Odisha and Mohun Bagan playing AFC Cup. The calendar was full. So the best players were very, 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 very busy. I said, if we want to send a team, send an under-20 team. Give them that exposure. A lot of nations send under-20, under-21s. I think Japan, Korea, China, all these teams still under-20s, under-21s. So our priorities were wrong. Do you think grassroots and youth football is the major reason why we perform bad at tournament or entire ecosystem? Entire ecosystem. It's not just grassroots and youth football. It's the whole system which is a problem. How do you see MLS over the years? Morally, a model of how you create a league on a certain set financial model, hard criteria to get in, hard criteria to survive, hard criteria to invest in infrastructure, youth level and grassroots. And of course, also fan interaction, city development, a lot of things. Can FSTL make a law about whatever the market values of salaries and bonuses spent on the players they'll have to spend on the youth teams? No, Vijit, they can't. Nice idea, but sadly they can't. Sir, why don't most ISL clubs invest in grassroots like it's common sense to have to invest heavily in foreign players and make clubs sustainable? Sanish, because they want success in the short term. Grassroots investment is a 10, 15, maybe even 20-year investment. You are working now, you are doing stuff now. Who cares what happens in 15, 20 years? 30 crore invest on Anwar could have been put in 10 young talents. Yeah, makes sense. The Maidan officials' ego and power hungry is the reason first with East Bengal now Mohammedan Sporting. Listen, it's in all clubs, Blue. Don't just say East Bengal. You can add Mohun Bagan to it. You saw the Mohun Bagan press conference, Mohun Bagan East Bengal Mohammedan Sport press conference last week on the RG core issue, right? Where they were in defensive mode. What happened to Mohammedan Hyderabad? I'm late. The thing about bank guarantee is it's sustainable. I would say Lajong is more sustainable than Hyderabad. Mohammedan, the investor, seems to have said bye. So the Mohammedan Sporting officials want a certain say in how to run the club, and that Bunker Hill, as a long-term investor who's been there for 4 years, as well as Shachi Sports, have turned down. So that's the current situation. And Hyderabad, nothing has been sorted. And Lajong sustainable in Hyderabad. Lajong is spending, 1/20th of what Hyderabad has spent. And Hyderabad is not even the biggest spender of the ISL. Of course, there'll be, but even Lajong is not sustainable. Shankar Lal, who is a good coach with Punjab, did good in next gen cup. Okay. What should be the ideal formation for India, like 5-3-2 or any other? Rhythm, I don't even get into that whole formation thing. It depends on, depends on what players you have. अरे बहुत हो गया, अब तो कम्युनिटी से चांदा कलेक्ट करके खुद का क्लब बनाएंगे. Okay, try and do it. So if it's true, a rumor of Anthony link with Al Nassr or not true? Here on rare, I have not heard it. How do you rate Isaac Ralte? Murali, talented player, will have to prove himself this season, right? If you were coach of Indian senior, what would your starting 11? Who would you pick? Rhythm, generally, I wouldn't say that this way. I would have to look at training. I would have to train and then pick the best team. At the moment, just blindly saying, pick these players, pick those players. I know a lot of people love to do that. Rather, yeah. 10 years of ISL, nothing has improved in national teams, sir. Vasu, Indian club football has not improved really Indian football over the last 30 years. Nearly 30 years. NFL, I-League, ISL. It would be better that AIFF should have made Ego the coach of our junior team instead of Indian coach until his contract expires. Yeah. I think Lajong didn't even put up a fight today. Was they tired from East Bengal match? Vijay, most probably bad day, good opponent, pressure of, history making. Let's see. Prime 2008, Anthony. I-League, NFL, I say, why league changing, but performance national does not change. What's your view on this? Because we've not worked on the basics now. Any possibility of Shimans invest in Mohammedan Sporting? Don't think of. How do you rate Omang Dodum? Do you think he has the potential to be a national team striker in future? Zorawar, he's so far away from a national team striker as you are, as I am. Let's not put pressure on these names. A few good games here and there in the Premier League's Next Gen Cup doesn't make you a potential of playing, top level football. So let's honestly be realistic. Give these kids a chance. Let them develop. Let them evolve, and then we'll see. Sir, tell us about your school and college days. Everything. I don't know. Nothing much to say. And again, this is, I think, not the platform to talk about something like this. Do you see changes in Barca players' physique in which they're playing under Flick if we were to restore Barca top? Rupam, I think a lot will depend on the financial situation of Barca, right? Dani Olmo has signed, but can't be registered because of the things. Ilkay Gundogan had to be released for free so they could reduce their wage bill. Barca has financial problems. I think Hansi Flick has a certain intent, has the capabilities, but Barca will not be able to back him. Do you think we don't have a replacement of Nikhil Pujara? I mean, how and why does he always get selected? Rhythm, because the coach likes him. Tell me someone who was really better than him in that position. That's the other problem, right? There's no someone that is missing. Vio and Lalpuya players. Sanskar, I think you're talking of Valpuya. Yeah, talented player. The season, chance, opportunity. Let's see if he can now stand out. I will invest in Mohammedan Aram. Go ahead to give them a call. If you had your conversation with their current leadership behind the scenes, they attend on the right place. See, Abhijit, if I even was talking to the AIFF behind the scenes, I wouldn't be talking about it in a public platform. That's me. I know other people love to talk about things publicly, but I was talking here, there, everywhere. But if I was talking to them in regard to the trust factor, I wouldn't be speaking about it on this platform. Since ISL inception, I feel I-League got better. Otherwise, I used to watch games at 3 p.m. 40 degrees Celsius with no assurance of broadcast. With the ISL drive, I-League 3 also got boosted. Yeah, I mean, I-League 3 didn't exist, right? In 2014-15, there wasn't an I-League 3. So, gear on rare, you've understood that things have gotten better. Which team can win I-League in 2024-25? I guess, Vasuf, to me, top favorites, Inter Kashi and Srinivas Deccan. More state clubs are now interested in I-League since it became 2 division. Yeah, it's 3 division. But Barca has La Masia, that's the positive aspect. Rupam, having La Masia is great. But if you want to be competing with Real Madrid and look at what Atletico has been buying in the left, right, and center in the last few days, I think Barca will need to strengthen on that front. So let's see what Flick can do, but looks difficult. How is Myanmar's football? I would assume their players are technically superior to Indian players. When the last time I saw them, yeah, they look better than us technically, but more I can't say about them because I don't really follow Myanmar football that much, Abhijit. Right, 1 hour and 23 minutes. Those of you who haven't, to like, share, and subscribe. We have 1,530 followers or subscribers. Thank you very much, every one of you who've done that. And we've had so far 21 likes only, little few today. So guys, if you like what you see, do like it. Also, today I did a video on ISL season 11 regard to its kickoff fixtures. Done yesterday something on the retirement of Manuel Neuer and Ilkay Gundogan. Earlier, the announcement of Mohammedan Sporting joining the ISL. That's something which might be in jeopardy now. Did the 11th part of my series on the future of Indian football, which was on scouting. I've done something on the Bandodkar Cup, on East Bengal in the AFC Challenge League. Manulo's first ever India sport, and Kako joining Inter Kashi, and of course the weekend before that on the Kolkata protests of the fans, Hyderabad investment or not, Mohun Bagan in the ACL too. So therefore, all these videos, if you want to watch it, there's a lot to watch on my channel, and of course the lives on a regular basis. But as I said, do leave a like, share, and subscribe. Let's grow the community. Let's talk about honestly about what the situation is, and thank you for all of that. Well, Man City Academy is underrated. Yeah, I think yes, it is. City have been doing well. Why does some coaches like Jose Mourinho have so much attitude ego? Gaurav, you would have to ask them. That's part of them. Not every human being is the same, but if you talk to people who've worked with Jose at the clubs or have played under him, they are all fans of him as a coach. So how hard is it to become sustainable in football? Low commercial revenue, high infrastructure cost? Do we have to remodel the structure for it to work, or run CSR funds for the clubs? We have to work towards getting revenues out of television. That's the start and end of it. If we don't get television revenue, it will be interesting to see. But as long as that doesn't happen, yeah. If you have to put your money, what do you think? Will Mohammedan and Hyderabad play this season? If not, will Mohammedan go back to I-League? Abhijit, I wouldn't. I don't bet, first of all. That's the first thing on football or sports results. Hyderabad looks very tough to me, and Mohammedan has rejoined that club. So you must do interviews with Indian media so more people can watch you and get real knowledge about Indian football. Rare. Thanks. Yeah, we'll certainly keep that in mind. Man City has a good mixture of the La Masia and type of players. All right, Sanskar. Right, slowly heading towards 8 o'clock German time. Need to slowly get to dinner. So, guys, I will slowly get to the end of this. As I said, another disappointing day, this August 26, 2024. The Indian under-20s are out of the SAF Under-20 Championship. They lose 3-4 on penalties to Bangladesh after a 1-1 draw after 90 minutes. In the Durand Cup, Northeast United got the better of Shillong Lajong, winning 3-0 in Shillong to reach their first ever final of the Durand Cup. So that's that. And of course, yesterday the fixtures were announced for the first leg of the Indian Super League's season 11. So that's all been done. And again, the craziness in Indian football never stops. So therefore, guys, as always, like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow evening with another live. And tomorrow most probably I will do a short video on the Indian under-20s and the disappointment that they've given us. So that's the reality. It's not good, but again, keep on supporting Indian football, and I'll be back tomorrow.